He could be here, but to have an existence means that you're functioning in accord with your nature. But when we come into the nature of ourselves, which is Islam, submission to the will of God, and grow up into that nature, then the enemy cannot deceive us. That is why the question is asked in our lesson, can the devil fool a Muslim? But he's tricking the hell out of a lot of us, boy. But when we grow to the point where we can spot the lie, the trick, the deception, the deceiver's days are over. I don't know whether you've ever gambled. I don't know whether you've ever shot dice. And I don't know whether you've ever tried to load a pair. And when you roll it, it always comes up in your favor. Then by sleight of hand, when somebody else is, rolling, you give them dice that look the same, but it's really chance then. But when you've loaded the dice, you're not taking a chance. I don't know, I don't know nothing about these things, but however, once you discover the loaded dice, his game is over. See, when people rule with tricks and lies, once you understand the truth, you and wise enough to spot the lie and see the trick, then the liar and the tricker's days are over. A new set of rules is set down. Dr. Salam, I wondered, when I read the scripture that the wolf would lie down one day, with the sheep. I couldn't understand that. Because I know a wolf, if he lie down with the sheep, either he's eating the sheep's mother and is too full to pounce upon the sheep that he's lying down with, or something is interfering with the nature of the wolf, that a sheep can lie down and the wolf can't touch it. What we're living in is the time of God, and he's interfering with Satan and Satan's world, and he won't be able to keep doing the things that he's been doing successfully. Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said to us that this world ended its time in the year 1914. And in one of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's writings, even though he talked about the 6,000 years of the rule of falsehood and evil, and I read it, the last time I'll read it again, he said the time, 6,000 years, ruled by the white race has been the worst of our known history. A time of complete troublemaking, war, bloodshed, and death of both the righteous and the wicked as never before. We can't argue with that. We are victims of that. But he said, we are only concerned with that which the present time holds for us. A thorough knowledge of the time and the changes to be made is the important factor for you and me. So let's get busy. We're going to deal with present time. Now, if the end of their world came in 1914, the end of the time, but their world has not ended. Why not? Elijah Muhammad said at the end of that time, they would be given a period of grace to allow for your and my resurrection. Now look at the words, resurrection. Because you cannot function fully in an environment of wickedness, falsehood, evil, and injustice. If you look at air that we breathe, the Earth's atmosphere is composed of air, a mixture of gases, 78% nitrogen, 21% oxygen, with traces of water vapor, carbon dioxide, argon, and various other components. However, in this room where we are breathing. And as we exhale, we are exhaling carbon dioxide. If we don't get enough air in this room to accommodate the lung capacities of those who are in the room, then we will be breathing in the carbon dioxide that we are breathing out. And then you'll see an effect on our brain and our nervous system, because we soon will become drowsy, sleepy. And if we keep breathing carbon dioxide, it would have very negative effects on us. Air, oxygen, is what God breathed into Adam. Air is what was breathed, or you breathed in and I breathed in, to become a living soul. If that air is compromised, our health, our well-being is threatened. So when somebody has a cardiac arrest and they're not breathing as they should, and there's not enough oxygen going to the brain, you can last a few minutes, but after that, there are terrible, terrible effects. Well, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that we lived in a world of truth, righteousness, and submission to God. That's what gives us life. That atmosphere, when we breathe in the kind of atmosphere that we're talking about spiritually, truth, righteousness, and the love of the brotherhood, that gives you life. You can conquer the world. But if you're inhaling falsehood and you're living under unrighteousness and injustice, that is like continuous breathing of carbon dioxide, and with breakdown carbon monoxide. Then you have sleep, then you have death. You and I, as a people, are dead. Not sleep, dead. How do you know we're dead? Why would you say we're dead, Farrakhan? I got up this morning. I'm very alive. I wanted to come here and I came. How dare you say I'm dead? I walked here on my own 2 feet. And that is about all that we have done.